Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about bulking. I'm going to be talking about what bulking is, whether you should bulk. I kind of have my notes written down here of everything we're going to say. So if you see me looking off to the side, that's what it is. I wanted to make sure that I get everything in that I want to talk about. I know that I haven't been consistent with posting. Honestly, I am dealing with a lot of mental health problems during COVID, and I struggle a lot when I'm depressed with getting things done and being motivated. And additional to that, I think I'm also slightly uncomfortable with people hearing me film and stuff. I don't know why. I'm kind of hoping that the more that I do it, I kind of won't care as much. But yeah, that's a big part of it too. And I know that I need to work on that and just go for it, because people are gonna know that I'm posting this stuff anyway, so I don't know what difference it's gonna make if they hear me, anyways, and a lot's kind of been going on since we last talked. I'm taking some business classes now, and I'm really loving them. Actually, I'm just exploring the possibility of changing my major. So honestly, that's made me feel much better. Yeah, I'm still struggling with my mental health, so just kind of working on overcoming that. So anyways, before I ramble on about that, I'm just gonna get into the video. I want you guys to know that right now, I currently am on a bulk. I want you kind of to know my experience with bulking before we get into this, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that real quick. So when I started lifting, I was 90 something pounds. I was really small. Yeah, I'm wearing PJs. Yeah, I was 90 something pounds. I was really small. I had a good amount of muscle. I was an athlete, but still really tiny. I didn't have a huge amount of muscle, very low body fat percentage. And when I first started lifting, I put on a lot of lean mass. I was eating in a slight surplus, but it was always a very small amount. Now, for me, because I was very small at the time, and I was very close to being underweight, I went on a lean bulk, which wasn't really completely necessary, to be completely honest with you. If I could go back and do it again, I probably would have just eaten at maintenance and gained muscle first, and then gone in a bulk and done that after, once I was an intermediate. But there's nothing wrong with the way I would have done it. I just think that there's a better way I could have done it. I don't really regret anything. Anyways, so I have been eating a surplus of calories for a very long time, and I've just very slowly been putting on muscle mass. I've been in a surplus pretty much the whole time I've been lifting, besides the end of last summer. I was doing a mini cut at the end of the summer, but and I think I was maintaining a little bit before that as well. So I guess this summer I did a maintenance period and then a little cut. But other than that, for the past 2 years, pretty much was in a surplus because I was so small. So yeah, I started off 90 pounds. I'm 130 right now, at my current bulk. Now, when I was done cutting, I was at a very healthy weight, but I was I still want to I want to get stronger. I want to put on muscle mass. So I decided to do a bulk, starting in August. And this is the first bulk I haven't tracked macros or calories, because I've been tracking for so long and it's been very tedious that I just kind of eyeball it, and I know what my body needs, and that works for me. I'm gonna kind of go into whether you should track, all that kind of stuff later. I've got about a month left. I'm hoping to start my cut at the beginning of March. That's kind of my plan right now. Yeah, that's about it. I think the sun is setting right now. Hopefully it doesn't set too quick. kind of like blinding me, but the lighting is really good. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is what is bulking. So bulking is generally a practice intermediate to advanced lifters, especially bodybuilders and power lifters, follow in order to put on muscle mass and get stronger. So during this process, lifters eat in a surplus of calories, and there's two different types of bulking. So the first type is dirty bulking, and the second is clean or lean bulking. So dirty bulking is not something I would ever recommend to a client or to anyone in general. Dirty bulking is a process where people will eat in a large surplus of calories from around 500 plus calories from maintenance, and will eat large amounts of food, most commonly unhealthy foods, in order to gain weight. This process will inevitably result in not only muscle gains, but unnecessarily large amount of fat gains. So clean or lean bulking is 100% the way to go if you are bulking, in my opinion. This is how I have bulked, and it is what I have found to be the healthiest way to bulk. Clean bulking will allow you to put on weight more slowly than dirty bulking. More slowly than dirty bulking. While it is inevitable to gain fat in a bulk, you will gain much less fat than if you were in a dirty bulk. With this, participants will eat around 200 calories for maintenance every day, and then put on around 0.5 pounds per week. I said calories, 0.5 pounds per week, or half pound. Should you bulk? As a beginner, it is not necessary for most people. A beginner is anyone who's like been lifting for a year or less, as you are able to put on muscle without being in a bulk. This is known as newbie gains. This is why you will hear many people who are in the fitness industry preach not to worry so much about the number on the scale as a beginner, since you are putting on lean mass. If you're a beginner who is starting off underweight, then in this circumstance, I would recommend a lean bulk. However, I would encourage the client to discuss their fitness plans with their physician before embarking on this plan itself. If you are an intermediate lifter who wants to put on muscle and get stronger, and you have a healthy amount of body fat to start with, then I would recommend a lean bulk. If you are an intermediate lifter who has excess body fat, however, I would recommend a cut, which means losing fat while being in a caloric deficit, which is what most people refer to as dieting. How do you go about a bulk? Do not change your training. Your training should be the same at a cut, bulk, or when you're maintaining, except for amounts of cardiovascular training. When you're in a bulk, you don't really need to do much cardio. You could do 5 to 10 minutes during a warm-up, but other than that, you don't need to do any. I wouldn't recommend any. While if you're cutting or maintaining, that's completely different. And I'm not saying don't go for walks, don't go for bike rides, but I'm saying in your training, you don't need to do excessive amounts of cardio, 40 minutes, you don't need to do that, okay? I wouldn't recommend it. If it's your first time bulking and you are someone who has tracked calories before and has not suffered from any disordered eating habits, then I would recommend tracking macros and calories. If you're someone who has suffered from an eating disorder, has disordered eating habits, then this might not be for you. If you have bulked a couple of times before, then I would say you do not have to track macros, which is what I'm doing right now, because tracking can be very tedious. LifeSum and MyFitnessPal are both great options to track macros and calories. I will link them down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was able to better inform you on the ins and outs of bulking. Make sure to comment, subscribe, follow my socials, which will be linked down below, and have a blessed day.